Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Yin Yoga on a Monday evening. I've got a fabulous set for you this evening. It's a Yin Yoga for stress relief and to lift your mood and to hopefully get rid of any sort of anxiety, tensions, or stress that you may have, and just generally put you in a good mood. Hopefully, that's my aim anyway. Or I might leave you feeling totally like you just need to go and chill and go to sleep, which is all fine as well. So just tune in, check into your body, make your space as comfortable as you can. So grab a yoga mat. If you haven't got a yoga mat, rug will do, or just a space. Try not to, if you're on tile flooring or wood flooring, just put something down that's a little bit warm. Don't ideally want to be working on any cold floors. Grab a couple of cushions if you can. Anything that makes your area, your space more comfortable. You can light some candles if you want to, however you think will be the closest day to a spa day possible. And sometimes when you're in your own homes and you've got noises going on, I just want you to spend the next 30 minutes sort of like zoning in or zoning out, and zoning in on yourself. So zoning in on yourself, checking in on your body, checking in with how you're feeling, and we're really going to start to move energy around the body, and let the blood flow a bit, and that will help healing of the heart and hopefully just lift you a little bit, especially if you're feeling a little bit like, it's a bit of a Groundhog Day situation at the moment, which I kind of get as well. So yeah, let's start by connecting. We're going to start in child's pose today. So I want you to connect that head to the floor. So just come into your space. And if you have, or next week you might want to just bring a couple of blankets or some like a hoodie or a jumper for the end of the session, and you can just feel a little bit warmer for your Shavasana. So we're going to allow ourselves just to start in hands and knees. I'll just take this off so you can see my shape actually. So you're going to start in hands and knees. And you're going to turn or send your hips back just as far as they will go. Try and get your toes together and just open your knees and just allow yourself to try and sit comfortably. Now, if this is not comfortable for you, because sometimes there's too much pressure on the knees, come to a level or try and make yourself as comfortable as possible. Maybe prop yourself on a cushion or maybe sitting on a cushion. But we're going to connect your forehead to the floor and allow any tension to be released through the forehead. And we're going to spend a minute or so just connecting with our breath. So allow the forehead to come to the floor. I'm bringing my cushion in, mainly because there's a microphone in front of me. And I don't really want to swallow the microphone tonight. I want you to sort of breathe into your ribcage. So inhale and pull the air right into the ribcage. And maybe just start to make small movements if you've got a bit of tension in the shoulders, tension in the neck. Good. And just stay there for a couple of moments. And if you're finding, sometimes a lot of people tend to cramp up when they're doing sort of Pilates and yoga because everything slows right down and there's a lot more tension required in the body. And it is quite usual that some of you might cramp up. So if you do tend to cramp up, just allow yourselves to release, maybe flex your feet wherever the cramp is. Now, I'm going to just take this position here. I'm going to come over my cushions. Got a bit of a knot in my rib cage, right just below my scapula, in towards where my lung is. And I just think I've lifted something and maybe jarred or pulled something. I'm just going to pay that attention. Just maybe move side to side. Aim to be either in child's pose or just really sinking into this breath. Okay, and one more deep breath in. And exhale. Okay, so from here we're just going to bring it to where we would normally start. So our sitting pose, and I want you to be as comfortable as you can. I'm going to cross my legs in my yoga sit and bring my hands onto my knees, but this is not comfortable for everybody. So you may want to pop some cushions there, maybe extend your legs out. But what I do want you to do is root up from the ground. So allow yourself to think about lengthening in the spine, right to the crown of the head. Drop the shoulders down. Maybe just move your neck from side to side. Okay, so from here, just drop the chin down, exhale. And then lift the head up, look up towards the ceiling, take an inhale. Bring your head to a neutral position, just drop your shoulders down. Allow gravity to do the work, so focus your attention in on the shoulders and just allow them just to relax. Because normally if you're getting tense or just feeling a bit grotty, then everything tends to seize around this area, around the neck, around the shoulders. There's certain areas in the body that just gather tension. And I want you to focus in on those areas this evening. Focusing on yourself, focusing on the breath. And I want you to sort of hold on to a positive thought. What is your positive thought for this evening? And I know we can't really plan anything, but just something that you may, and it might be something small, like something you really want to do. And when there's a bit of normality, that glimmer of hope, you know, you have to hold on to something. Otherwise it's like, well, there's no point in planning. Everybody could think like that. For whatever it is for you, maybe it's something that you're going to do. Maybe it's taught you, all this lockdown has taught you something about yourself. Maybe it's made you think. Perhaps you've got clearer focus on energies, about your home, about everything that's going on around you. But I just want you to focus on one thing. I don't think I'm ever going to take anything for granted ever again. And that's on both sides of things, really. Just friends, family, support networks. Definitely going to surround myself with positive people. I feel my energy, my mood is much better when you look at things like the glass is half full. Okay, so just draw those shoulders up. And you're going to hold on to that thought throughout the whole session, whatever it may be. Perhaps it's a goal. Perhaps it's something that you just plan that you've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to learn a language, actually. Perhaps that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Right. So just allow yourselves now to draw your belly button in. Exhale. And you're round in your back as you sit back up nice and straight. I'm just going to turn my body to the side so you can see what shape I go into. And again, if you're sitting with your legs out, you can still do this shape. So you go into sort of a C sit position. You're pulling your belly in really round in your back. And then you pull everything back up. Take an inhale here. And again. Perfect. Then you're going to come on back onto those hands and knees. And we're coming into cat-cow now. So hands just underneath your knees. Knees underneath your hips. Now if you can't work down on your knees, then you can stand up. And maybe bring a chair in or work next to the sofa. And you can do these next couple of exercises on your feet. So just inhale, head comes up. And exhale, push your back towards the ceiling. Pull your belly button right in. And we're not just going to do our typical cat-cow where we hold the position.
we're going to allow ourselves to move side to side, maybe rock back and forth. And take that inhale, head comes up. And then exhale. And every time you exhale, I want you to imagine you're letting go of any tension, any stress, negative thoughts. Let it go. You want to go to bed, go to sleep with a clear mind, clear head. And then stop any sort of obsessive thoughts. Just let them be released. Inhale. And it does sometimes take some time to change your mindset, but I really feel once you're able to change your mindset and have that outlook about focusing on goals, focusing on what you want, then that helps. Good. So from here now, you're just going to allow those toes to curl under. I'm going to lift our hips to downward dog. And I want you to extend the legs just as far as you can. Opening the shoulders, pushing the heels down towards the floor, pushing the shoulders down towards the floor. And you're just going to take the time to not go still. Just allow yourself to move, figure out where you've got some tension. Maybe you need a little bit more of work in those areas that feel a little bit tight. Maybe just bend both legs. Really drop the chest down into the thighs and then try and extend as much as you can. And then maybe move one leg and the other, trying to drive the heel down into the floor. Good. And just come down to the knees. Take the weight off the hands. Inhale, arms up. Connect the hands at the top and bring your hands down to that heart center. Connect the thumbs to the heart. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, circle. Good. Bringing it back to all fours. So once again, this time you're going to just move your tailbone from side to side. So if you're a cat, how would you move? Good. All right, so we're just going to roll those toes under again onto the balls of the feet. Drive the hips up to that downward dog, just as far as you can. And again, try not to stay still. Maybe you want to lift and circle the ankles, circle them the other way, drive the heels down, drive the shoulders down towards the floor. Bend one leg, bend the other. Bend both knees, driving the chest down towards the thighs, and then lifting as far as you can. Good. So we're not going to walk up normally. We're going to cross one leg and then cross it over. Little small steps, cross over as far as you can until you come to a fold. Allow yourself just to take any weight off the hands. Relax the head down. And I want you to bend the knees, rolling up. Coming up, feet are hip width apart. Inhale here. I'm just going to lift my camera a little bit and I want you just to stand still for the moment. And drive your shoulders down. Head is in neutral position. And I want you just to focus your energy in front of you. So looking forward, head is neutral. Now pay attention to your shoulders. Allow your shoulders just to hang heavy. Arms and fingertips are released, relaxed. Just imagine your arms are really heavy and they're just sort of pulling down towards the floor, but your back is upright.
So if there's any tension in your legs, maybe just take a moment just to shimmy, shake them out. Release any tension, maybe in the thighs. And from here, just sway your arms from side to side. Maybe just knock on the belly, knock on the back. Good. So we're just going to bring our feet together. Lift your arms up. Connect the hands at the top, bring it down to a heart center. Take an inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, swan dive down. So open the chest, keep the back nice and flat. Folding down as far as you can. Soften the knees, relax the head. And again, just take a moment. Release any tension out of the tailbone. Flattening this lumbar region, so the lower part of the back. And I want you to come to a half lift, so maybe place your hands just below your knees, lifting your shoulders up, trying to flatten your back, looking straight down towards the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, fold again. Good. You're going to take your right leg back on your next inhale towards a lunge position, dropping the hip down towards the floor. Take the left leg back. Feet are hip width apart. You're going to connect the knees down to the floor. Move your shoulders forward, bend your elbows into your body. Chest, chin, and coming into a baby cobra. Hold in there. Good, now lower down. Hands into the chest, inhale to upward dog. Take this just as far as you can. Good, pushing back through the knees, coming up into downward dog again. So lifting the hips as high as you can. Maybe take that opportunity to walk the dog. I'm just going to circle my hips. Just allow me the freedom to move my body any which way I can. Okay. And I want you to either jump, feet forward, step forward, walk forward in 3, 2, 1. And fold. Leave it hang heavy. Relax. Good. Now from here, allow yourself to come to a chair pose. So drive your hips back. Bring your arms up. Focus the energy into your thighs. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the knees. And you sat right down into the hips. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale down to the heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive. Opening the chest. Back is nice and flat. Folding down. Release any tension. Good. And lift the hands to a half lift. Really strong breath. Take control of that breath. Rooting up from the ground. And folding down. Inhale, left leg back this time. Exhale, right leg back. Knees to the floor. Bend the elbows into the body, taking the chin, chest down. Coming into that baby cobra. Head side to side, releasing any tension that you may have. Dropping it down, hands into the chest. Upward dog, take an inhale. Driving the hips up. Downward dog. Bend the knees. Maybe walk the dog. It's up to you. Just see, sort of discover how you're feeling. Good. You can step it forward, walk it forward, or jump forward in 3, 2, 1.
Fold the body down. Good. Coming up to that chair. And down. Lovely. So facing the camera, we're going to come into a little balance sequence now. So connect your foot to the floor. Turn the foot that you're going to be standing on slightly out. So bring your hands sort of into this middle section onto your hips. Keep the shoulders down. You're slowly just going to gather a little bit of confidence. Maybe just bring the weight onto the ball of the foot. If you can bring it into the leg, great. If you can rise up towards the tree pose so the leg is coming higher and higher, press the leg or press the foot into the thigh. Now focus your energy through the foot that's on the floor, through the big toe. And then if you can, just allow the arms to come up, reaching up from the ceiling, reaching up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. Allow yourself to be in control. Allow yourself to feel confident or grow in confidence. You're not going to fall off anything, so you just need to trust yourself. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. And just switch. So just shift the energy from foot to foot. Maybe take a circle of the ankles. The ankle joint often gets forgotten about. So just allow yourself to connect the hands into the hips, into the belly first. Focus your energy through the foot that you're going to balance on. Take the weight off the other foot. And again, it's just a confidence thing. So you may just want to stay here. Feel like you're rooting out of the hip joint, lifting up. Allow yourself to feel strong. Feel like you can accomplish anything. Baby steps. And just allow yourself to bring that foot as high or as low as you want. Just make sure it doesn't go on the knee joint. If you're above the knee, make sure the foot is pressed into the thigh and the energy is pressed down through the big toe that's on the floor. Raising your arms into that tree pose. And just focus a couple of breaths here. Perfect. So just allow yourself to open, and we're going to come into a warrior pose. So I want you to turn your body. So hold your hips and turn your hips towards one wall and drive your both feet forward and slightly step. So think about your hips and how wide your hips are, and then you want that back leg slightly wider. So if I'm facing the camera, you can see my hip line is there, and I want to be just slightly wider, but both feet are forward, because we're going to come into warrior one, where we're rising and rooting up. Your heel can be off the floor at the back, but feel like you're reaching up towards the ceiling. Your feet are grounded in the floor, grounded into the earth. And feel that sense of energy rising up through your body. And then you turn the back foot to face the camera, and you're coming down into warrior two. So this is where your hips now face the camera. They turn, so they go from forward to side. Energy through the arms. One arm forward, one arm back. Inhale. Exhale. I'm starting to allow the front arm to come down onto the thigh, reaching over the top. So we're towards the triangle, or the start of our triangle journey. And come back to that warrior two. Back hand just below the bum cheek, rising up. Good. Perfect. And then turn that foot back towards the camera. So hands onto the hip. We're going to go the other way now. We're going to start in that warrior one. So front foot forward, back foot slightly out to a 45-degree angle. That's the best way.
So it's not like directly forward, it's out to a 45 so that your hips are still forward. Let's root it up. So feel the energy come through the feet, rising up through the body. Take an inhale, rising up to warrior one. Good. Now turn the back foot. We're going to turn the hips and come down into warrior two. It's this achievement pose. Allow the arm to come onto the thigh in front, reaching and rooting up. Good, back to that warrior two. And just below the bum cheek and root up, inhale. Good, and bring it down. I want you to drop the hands now towards the front foot, driving the hips. Take the front foot back into downward dog. Bend both knees and tailbone up. Bend both knees and tailbone up. Good, now bringing the knees down. Perfect. Let's just take a moment to sit down before we go into our Shavasana. So allow yourself again just to drop the shoulders. Check in, checkpoint. Okay. So we're going to roll down now towards the floor. So bring your feet one way. And I want you to slowly just take your back down. You may want to roll down or place your hands down. It's completely up to you. Maybe you want to take a cushion. But before we go into our Shavasana, we're just going to take a spinal twist. So I want you to bring your feet together, drop your knees one side, look the opposite. So if your knees are down to the right, make sure you look to the left. Allow your shoulders to soften into the floor equally. Opening the chest, drawing the breath in. Good. Bring your knees up, and then just take everything to the other side. Bring your knees back to neutral. Bring the knees into your chest. And I want you to circle your knees, opening the legs, opening the hips. Really press the whole of your back into the floor. And then circle the other way. So pull the knees towards your chest and then open and circle your hips back. Just allow yourself to gently do a cycling motion here, pressing the whole of your back into the floor. Good. Bring your feet into contact, stretch one leg up, flex the foot. Just take a moment to stretch and flex that foot. Good. And then extend the other leg. Connect the whole of your back into the floor. Stretch and flex. See, just if you're going to yawn, just let it go. Perfect. Arms back and open the knees, feet together. Extended butterfly. Opening the hips just as far as you're comfortable.
Just then allow the legs to extend down, arms into the floor. Now if you're a little bit chilly or you're not too warm and you've got a blanket or perhaps put a cushion on you, but just allow everything to connect to the ground. Allow the palms to face up towards the ceiling. And I want you to focus in on your breath. Just close your eyes. And just start to sort of observe how you feel, or observe how you feel now. And take that moment to, if you feel any different from the beginning of the practice. I just want you to soften from the hips, so relax the legs. Allow the calf muscles, the legs, just to melt into the floor. Your fingers will naturally curl in towards your palms of your hands. Allow your shoulders, your back, your arms to sink and to soften into the floor. And then pay attention to your breath. We're just doing a couple of focus breaths here. So as you inhale, take it to the top of the inhale. Hold it for 1 and then exhale. So allow yourself just to pay attention to your eyelids. Allow them to soften. Allow any tension to wash away. Just start to bring some life back into your toes. Maybe just start to wiggle them a little bit. Gently just start to wake and shake the legs, very gently. Extend the fingers. And then just curl in and roll to your side. And on your next exhale, I want you to slowly start to bring yourself back up. If you want to stay in Shavasana or stay on your side a little bit longer, feel that you have that freedom to stay there. And we're just going to turn to our yoga seated pose. Just start to bring just a little bit of life back into that body. Maybe turn the head from side to side, tilt it forward and back. So you're just going to link your hands, take a stretch up, take an inhale here. And exhale. Reach it forward, pull the belly in. Oh, take a twist around to the side. Just as far as you can. And then over to the other side. Good. And just bring everything back to that heart center. Connect the thumbs to the heart. Inhale. Namaste, everyone. Good evening. I hope you enjoyed.
Let me know your feedback on the page, as always. If you're still in Shavasana or still chilling out, you carry on. But hopefully I've just let any worries or tensions just melt away, even if it's for a few hours or even if it's until tomorrow. Embrace it. Well done, everybody. Love to all, as always.